Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into this webinar. I am going to go over how to do an application through Great Western's website or the Express app. Um, Hopefully by now you've seen how to use the paper application. Right now I'm going to show you the Express app. It can be a convenient way to fill out the application if you have an internet connection. So first thing, you're going to go to gwic.com. That's Great Western's website. Once you are on gwic.com, you're going to go to Agent Login. For our purposes today, I'm going to use my dad's information. If you don't have this information, let me know and we can get it for you. Once you're appointed and you have your license, then you can get this information and log into your portal through the Great Western website. Until then, though, until you have your license, you will not have access to this. Okay, we're going to log in and you're going to see a few tabs at the top of the screen here. When you log in, you probably will not have all of these, but you should have at least home, dashboard, policy search, reports, Express app, and a pre-need application. If you don't have the Express app on here, let me know or call Great Western Agent Support and they can add that to your tab up here, I guess. Okay, we're going to click on Express app. You've got a few options here. You can create a brand new application. You can create an application as a copy of another, or you can view or edit an existing application. This is only an application that you would have done through the Express app. If you filled out a paper application and sent it in, it's not going to show up in here. These are only Express app applications that will show up. Why you would maybe want to create an application as a copy of another is if you're doing a couple. So you can take a lot of the information from a spouse's application that you started here and transfer it to another one for the spouse. For now, let's just create a brand new application. Okay, this is showing the states that I am appointed to work in. Right now we're going to do one in Utah. This is my name for today. And these are all the funeral homes that I am appointed with. Let's do one for Lindquist, Utah. Okay, this is the insured's information, who's applying for coverage. Today we're going to do John Doe. I don't have to enter the social security number. There's no red asterisk next to it. One of the great things about using this app is there's not a lot of room for error. It won't let you proceed if you don't have all of the required information filled out. So for now, I'm not going to enter a social security number, but it's a great thing to enter at least the last four if the person is okay with it. This is not on the paper application. It's going to verify that I've checked the ID. Okay, let's say birthday here. It's going to ask me if that age is correct. And actually, this is for me. This is for a 28-year-old. Actually, no, let's use it. It's a unique circumstance, so this will be a good training experience if you've never dealt with somebody in their 20s applying for coverage. So once I click the next field, it's going to stop me and make sure that this age is correct. Is 28 the correct age? Yep. Okay. Let's make up a mailing address. Not that it matters. Layton. Right now, I'm not going to enter any of this information, but again, if you can get it from the insured, it's good information to be able to write down. So let's go next. And it's going to give me this information here that I can kind of see and double check, make sure it's correct. In this case, I am the owner of this policy. Or John Doe, rather, is the owner of his own policy. If this was an individual doing a policy for their child, um, they may be the owner and the child is the insured. Hopefully that makes sense. In most cases, the insured is also going to be the owner. Okay, let's say we're going to do a full traditional funeral, casket, vault, and services for $8,500. We're going to stick with the voyage plan, and we're going to add an away from home rider because it's $10. It's pretty much free insurance, and I want to do this over time. If I'm going to do just a single pay, those are your options, but let's do a multi-pay. Also, I'm going to stick with monthly payment, and of course, I want this to be an automatic bank withdrawal. If I switch to coupon, it's going to add on $2 a month because I'm going to be writing a check to Great Western. So just do the automatic bank withdrawal if you can help it. It's so much more convenient for everybody involved. Also, I am going to do a 3-year pay. Okay, here's where the uniqueness comes in. My modal premium or my monthly premium is $226. After my first year, I'm going to pay $2,722. Total, after 3 years, I will have paid $8,146. Now my face amount is $8,500. So I'm actually paying, $354 less than the face amount of my policy. It's a very unique situation, and that is because of my age and the 3 years that I'm doing this on. My face amount's still 85. I'm only going to pay 8,146 though. I'm going to pay a total of 236 today because of that extra $10 for the away from home rider that's being tacked on to my first payment. So 236 today, but my modal premium or monthly recurring is $226. All right. That is the only case where you're going to actually pay less than the face amount in the 1 pay, 5 pay, 10 pay. You're paying more than the face amount. But it's important to remember, again, I'm sure I've explained this to you before, any money that you put in over the face amount of this policy is going to come back to your family or help out with funeral expenses in one way or another. It's not interest, it's not money lost for that individual. So in this case, they would have an extra $450 that's either going to go to the family or help out with third-party expenses not related to the cost of the funeral home. Okay, this all looks good. Doing the 3 pay. Let's go next. If you decline to answer the health questions, or if the insured declines to answer the health questions, it's going to automatically go into a 2-year contestability period. It's going to automatically assume that you do have health issues, basically. I want to apply for first day coverage. I want my whole plan to be taken care of if I were to pass away tomorrow after I've made my first payment, right? Because I am in good health. So I'm going to answer these questions, and I have not been told to be and refused to be or been in a hospital or a nursing facility. Hospitalized, I should say, not just in a hospital. And I'm going to answer no to that question as well. I'm in good health. Good, so I get first day coverage if my physician will verify it should I pass away in the next 2 years. My physician's last name, let's say, is Caldwell. He's at the Tanner Clinic. in Utah in Layton. Made up numbers there, but this information is required. See those red asterisks? That is a required field. Okay. Typically, you're not going to irrevocably assign ownership to the Great Western Trust. Typically, you're usually going to irrevocably assign the benefits and proceeds to a funeral establishment. Usually. Okay. Just like on the paper application at the bottom, if you remember, you're going to initial yes or no if you want to make it irrevocable. This on the Express app is where you're doing that right now. This is going to actually give me access to the codes of the funeral homes that I'm associated with. 54080 is Lindquist in Ogden. Perfect. I want the irrevocable assignment made to Lindquist. Okay. Right now I can make a beneficiary other than the funeral home, an individual, or something else, someone else, right? If we do other, it's still going to ask for someone other than the funeral home. So let's do Jane. She's the spouse. And my address is her address is the same as the insured. That automatically populates that. It's super convenient. Do you want a contingent beneficiary? Yeah, most of the time I'm going to want a contingent beneficiary. Contingent beneficiary is going to be John and Jane's daughter, Jackie. Children. And she's also got the same address. Nice. Okay, moving right along. John does not have an existing policy or annuity. Existing policy or annuity with Great Western. Okay. John's going to make the first payment as the insured. Okay, this is where we may run into a problem proceeding for our training. Let's take a look here. I don't know if this is going to let us proceed. This is a 9-digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just checking. Not real numbers. Don't try and steal those. The remaining bank payments will come from this bank. My first withdrawal date for additional payments. Let's click on that. No help. Well, I want it to come out on. So my first payment is actually going to come out today, or if this is later in the day, it'll come out the next business day. But for my additional payments, I can push it out from 45 days from today. So sometime toward the end of January. Let's just say the 14th, though, of every month. I want it to come out. Let's see if that's going to accept any of that information. Cool. It did. Special instructions, you can, just reiterate something like take first payment immediately, then the 14th of each month starting January 14th. of 19. Okay, that is pretty much it. The application is complete but must be submitted to Great Western Insurance Company for processing. You can print out this application right from here and leave a copy with the insured or the person applying. If you're moving on to a spouse from this one, you can create a new application as a copy of this one. Super convenient. You've got most of the information there already. As far as addresses, phone numbers, probably primary and contingent beneficiaries. Well, at least the contingent primary will be a little bit different. I want an email of this, and they probably want one too. So I'm going to go johndoe@gmail.com. If I want to email this without submitting yet, I don't want John Doe, whoever really has that address, to get this. So right now, let's just do ltfplanning@gmail.com, but you can enter whatever email address you want there. If you want multiple email addresses, just separate them with a comma and enter another one. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Moving on, maybe. Email successfully sent. Sweet. All right, now to submit this form, we're going to go to the Submit tab. Actually, go to Forms. We're on the Submit tab. My computer is downloading the form. I think the reason that it's not letting me submit the application here is it's probably tried to verify that bank information and isn't moving forward. Let's see, did I miss anything here? That might be it. Yeah. So I was missing, it wasn't the bank information, it was, I hadn't checked that box. So if you see a red highlighted tab up here, it means something is incomplete. Okay. Let's go to signatures. Okay. Now I am going to sign, I'm pretending to be John, right? The insured. I'm pretending that I'm going to sign this for John or as John. And I'm signing the authorization for an automatic bank withdrawal. I'm also signing the insurance agreement portion. And I am signing this acknowledgement. Now, this is where it could be fun with, in my case especially, I'm on a laptop. And that is about as good as it's going to get. Looks great. Let's go back there really quick. Yeah. Oh, really? Let's try it again. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. It's going to ask me where I've signed this. We're going to say Layton. Perfect. If you wanted to do all this and then print it out and get their hard signature on it, you can, but you cannot submit it, through this application. Once you've done that, you'd have to email it or fax it into Great Western. Okay, also I need some initials. I need to initial the assignment selection or where we want to irrevocably assign this. Our health questions and the limited death benefit understanding. This really is if there was a 2-year contestability period. We'll just check it anyway. Limited death benefit is going to take place if the insured is not applying for first day coverage or if they have a major health issue that is preventing them from receiving first day coverage. Okay, we just need my initials this time, so we'll go J. Beautiful. Oh man, that was embarrassing even to my standards. So we'll go J and D. Wow, this is really tough. Okay. Next. The agreement authorization. I'm going to sign this one as well. This is for the agent, actually. So try. Oh, and that looks better than my signature in real life. Go next. Maybe. There we go. I can review this whole application. It's going to make sure that we have verified the information on the application to be correct. Well, that's not a very big screen. You'd probably be better. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. So this actually looks like the paper application, hopefully, from what you've seen. It's just really populated everything for us based on the information that we filled out. Super convenient. All the personal information, payment information, and face amount. Not payment information, just the face amount and the modal and original payment. Primary care physician's information, my beneficiaries. I'm assigning this irrevocably to Lindquist Mortuary, and you can see some great initials right there. Perfect. So you can review this. Also, it's filled in initials there. Let's put a signature for the insured, John Doe, and the agent right there. Normally on a paper application, if you were both the insured and the owner, you're going to just sign right here. But in this case, it's put the same signature in both spaces. This is the bank draft information and me giving permission for that. This is the limited death benefit table you can review. It's important that you give the individuals an opportunity to read over this agreement before submitting. Okay, let's go back. The information is correct. Let's proceed. Okay, now it gives me the option to submit. If I click that, my application is going to be sent to Great Western for processing. So, obviously in this situation where we're just practicing, I'm not going to submit it. But that's really all there is to it. Pretty handy, pretty awesome, a lot more simple, some people would think, than filling out the paper application. It's really slick if you've got an internet connection and can save you a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of paper, actually. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me, Sam Cottrell, at 801-628-2928. or send me an email at ltfplanning@gmail.com or contact Great Western Support. That is Cherie Wood. She's our main contact over there. Or Deneen or any of the lovely people over at Great Western. I'll enter that number here just in case you don't have it. Great Western Agent Support, 866-689-1404. Okay, thanks again. Have a good day.